You're not lazy, you're triggered, and it's time we talk about it. Think about the last time you felt that familiar wave of dread wash over you. Maybe it was when you opened your laptop to start that big project, or when you glanced at the pile of dishes in the sink. That feeling, it's not laziness. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, something's off here. Let's get real for a second. We've all been there staring at our to-do list, feeling overwhelmed and stuck. But here's the truth. It's not about willpower or motivation. It's about understanding what's really going on inside your head. Brain scan overlay appears, showing areas of the brain lighting up. See that? That's your brain on triggers. When you feel that resistance, that's not laziness kicking in. It's your brain's alarm system going off. And guess what? You can hack it. Here's the deal. Every time you feel that internal cue, that sense of boredom or dread, that's your cue to act. Not tomorrow, not in 5 minutes, right now. But here's the kicker. You don't need to move mountains. Start small. Really small. Take a deep breath. Feel that. That's you, taking control. Now, pick one tiny action. Maybe it's opening that document you've been avoiding, or putting one dish in the dishwasher. That's your pattern interrupt. Emotional visual of someone taking a deep breath and then making a small, decisive action. This isn't about pushing through the pain. It's about outsmarting your brain's defense mechanisms. When you pair that breath with immediate action, you're telling your brain, I've got this. Let's break it down. 1. Notice the trigger, that pit in your stomach, the sudden urge to check your phone. That's your cue to breathe. One deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. This isn't woo-woo stuff. It's science. You're resetting your nervous system. 3. Act. Immediately. No hesitation. Pick the smallest possible step and do it now. This isn't about willpower. It's about rewiring. Every time you catch that trigger and respond with breath and action, you're laying down new neural pathways. You're teaching your brain a new trick. Think about it. How many times have you beaten yourself up for being lazy? How many opportunities have slipped by because you couldn't get started? It's time to change that narrative. You're not lazy. You're human. And humans have complex brains that sometimes need a little recalibration. Here's the thing. This isn't a one-and-done fix. It's a practice. Like any skill, it takes repetition. But every time you catch yourself in that moment of resistance and choose to breathe and act, you're getting stronger. Imagine a world where you don't dread your to-do list, where starting that project feels doable, even exciting. That world is possible. And it starts with understanding what's really going on in your brain. Let's talk about momentum. Ever notice how once you get started, it's easier to keep going? That's because action begets action. Each small win builds on the last. Before you know it, you're in flow. But it all starts with that first step, that breath, that micro-action. Visual of a person taking one small step, then another, gaining speed. This isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about working with your brain, not against it. It's about recognizing those internal cues for what they are. Not character flaws, but signals that it's time to reset. Think about the last time you procrastinated on something important. How did it feel? The guilt, the stress, the self-doubt. Now, imagine if you had tools to navigate that moment differently. That's what we're talking about here. This approach isn't just about getting things done. It's about reclaiming your sense of agency. It's about looking at that mountain of tasks and knowing you have the power to climb it, one small step at a time. Let's be clear, this isn't a magic bullet. There will still be days when things feel hard. But armed with this understanding, you're no longer at the mercy of your triggers. You're in the driver's seat. Remember, every time you feel that resistance, it's an opportunity. An opportunity to breathe, to act, to prove to yourself that you're capable of overcoming inertia. Think about the ripple effects of this shift. How might your relationships change if you stopped beating yourself up for being lazy? How might your career evolve if you could consistently take action even when you don't feel like it? This is about more than productivity. It's about living a life where you're not constantly at war with yourself, where you understand your brain's quirks and work with them, not against them. Visual of a person looking calm and confident, surrounded by completed tasks. So the next time you feel that familiar dread creeping in, remember, you're not lazy, you're triggered, and now you know what to do about it. Breathe, act, repeat. It's that simple and that powerful. You've got this. One breath, one action at a time.